What is up, YouTube? So, no face cam for these next 2 or 3 videos. Little under the weather at home, and I look like crap, so I don't feel like being on camera right now. But I still wanted to bring you guys some content. And so, one, no, I don't have the thing, uh, as far as we know. Two, been running a high temp, just feel like utter garbage. But let's jump into this. We're showing off some green today for BT7. I know we haven't even hit 6 yet, but my focus really is heavy on 7, which should come out January, but with the pushback of 6, this will probably come out somewhere late February-ish, I would bet. This is what my nephew will be playing. He has been in several videos playing green OTK, and he has truthfully enjoyed playing green, so this is what we're going to play. So we're going to start off with the babies. We've got one Argamon. He's so good to start the turn. When you unsuspend, you gain a memory, so that extra memory is really nice. And then 4 of the new Betamon that come out in BT6. When you attack an opponent's Digimon, you get to trigger, you draw 1. Super great just for adding cards. Then we get a new Betamon in BT7. On play, you get to reveal top 3 and you add a level 4 or a green tamer to your hand and then put the rest on the bottom of the deck. That's not an and or an and, that is you have to choose. It's not like Flamemon where you can get both, which that would be really good if green could have had one of those. But I guess green's fast enough, it doesn't really need that much. Then we get a Tentamon in EX1 that when attacking, next time one of your Digimon would digivolve into an Insectoid, or an ancient insectoid, you can reduce the memory cost of it by 1, which is great for a card we'll show off later. And then we actually play 4 of the Palmon from the starter deck, the green starter, when you attack an opponent's Digimon, which actually this deck does a ton of attacking Digimon. That's kind of its focus now, because of how Ancient Beetlemon's interaction works. It gains plus 2,000, so you just start making things huge and start just trashing their security. It's great. And then because we're playing hybrid, we're going to play 2 of the Pokemon. BT6 gives us Argamon, with JP giving us free Evo into hybrids, basically, or -1 if I remember right, and then Betamon giving us free Evo into them. We're going to go ahead and play 3 of this. We're going to play 4 of the new Beetlemon in BT7. When he digivolves, you get to reveal the top 5 cards of the deck, and then add a Digimon with hybrid in its form, and 1 JP. So kind of like what I wanted here, we get as a level 4. So Beetlemon's really good, and then we do get a Metal Cup Terriermon for his beast form. Which is great because you're going to be able to Evo on top of this for a cost of 1 for your 4s or Argamon, or you can even just Evo him on top of your Tamers for a cost 2, which is great. Then you also have an Evo, if it has hybrid or JP, you can suspend one of your opponent's 6,000 or less, which a lot of this is you're getting rid of blockers. There's a ton of blocker destruction in this deck, where you just get rid of it super easy. Obvious choice, we're playing the Argamon. That he right here is going to fuel getting out like your Betamons and your Tentamons. These are the 2 big ones you're going to want to keep putting out. And then because of how fast we want to start getting into our heavy hitter 6s, we're going to be playing still 3 Blossomon and then the new Rhino Kabuterimon. Which is, you can, if it has, it's the same thing as like the new Aldemon or the new, it's the same as all of their basically combined human and beast spirits, where it'll reduce it by 2 for a cost of Evo if you have a tamer in its evolution sources, which is awesome. And then he is very similar to the promo Agunimon, where if he attacks, if he has hybrid or insectoid in its trait, which you're almost always going to because of, I mean, hybrids, even insectoids, stuff like that, you're always going to have, he can Evo into an insectoid or 10 warriors for a cost of 3, which he Evos immediately here into your Ancient Beetlemon, Ancient Troamon, And then this is going to trigger because when attacking, you're going to reduce the Evo by 1, so it's only going to Evo for 2. So him Evoing here for 2 is going to be great. We're still going to play the Nidhoggmon because we're suspending a ton of stuff all the time. Speaking of suspending, we get Ancient Troamon in BT6, where when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you suspend up to 2 of their Digimon without blocker. So even if you're not suspending their blockers, you're suspending other Digimon that could possibly game check you. And then you're just going to go ahead, and even then, next turn, you're going to suspend things like if you Evo on top of something lower, you can still suspend those blockers and keep going. And then when he's deleted, it's like any of the other Ancients, you can play a hybrid. So then you can play down any of these for free, which is great. And then we get to the big boss, basically the boss of the deck, because I say he's the boss of the deck instead of Susanomon. Because you're gonna be wanting him on the table more often than Susano. Susano is kind of that game ender, I guess I would say, and basically that threat on the table. But when one of your Digimon with 10 warriors in its type or hybrid in its form deletes an opponent's Digimon, survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So what you're going to do is, like, say, Evo here for 1 on top of a 4. Evo here for 1 more, because like most of the time you're going to be putting your JPs underneath it, and then attack, like use this here to suspend their blocker because of his evolution, use this, attack at the blocker, Evo here, and then destroy the blocker, and then you're going to trash the top card of their security stack. All in 1 turn, and you've gotten rid of not only a blocker, but a piece of their security. So Ancient Beetlemon is great. He's super threatening just to have on the table. And then, like, it's going to still have plus 2,000 here. Things get really threatening in this deck. Then we're going to play 2 of the Susanomon. He's super good for late game for the recursion by refreshing the 10 cards that are Tamers or Digimon, and then Evoing him on top of a Tamer. He gets security attack plus 2, and then he even deletes a Digimon when he's Evoed. And then we're going to even be playing Hidden Potential. We're still going to play Hidden Potential Discovered, which you could easily swing with Ancient Beetlemon, trash top card as security, play Hidden Potential Discovered, pass your opponent maybe with 1 or 2, and then just delete one of their Digimon outright, and then have a 15k threat on the table that's going to have security attack plus 2 that your opponent's going to be having to stare down. Then we're going to be playing 2 of the new Thunder Laser. Thunder Laser is great. It's basically a 1-cost version of Flower Cannon, where if you have a hybrid or 10 warriors in its trait and play, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So again, more and more suspension, but even lower cost, because almost always we're going to have that hybrid or 10 warriors, where Ancient Troamon and Ancient Beetlemon are the 10 warriors. You're going to have your hybrids here. You're almost always going to have one of the 2 to be able to play this for only a 1 cost. Suspend those blockers, swing at them with Ancient Beetlemon, and just start blowing things up and continue trashing their stack, which is absolutely insane. And then we all know what Mimi does. We're going to finish this off with JP, because the only thing I didn't talk about is the fact that he gives piercing. This is really what's nutty, is because now, instead of just trashing the top card, when you swing with your Rhino Kabuterimon and attack at one of, like, say, their blocker, we are going to go ahead and, which these are hybrids as well, so we could easily use this if we didn't have this that turn. Use this, swing here, Evo and Ancient Beetlemon with JP underneath. Now we're going to destroy that blocker or whatever we're hitting at, and then we're going to destroy it because this is going to activate first, and then piercing is going to be the last thing that activates, and then we're going to pierce, so he's going to be checking 2. So that's amazing that JP does that. He also reduces the cost to digivolve into a hybrid by 1. So that's going to be the list, guys. I'm super looking forward to like BT7 coming out and letting my nephew play this. I'm kind of honestly a little afraid of it because of how fast I've actually watched different versions of this, not this exact version, but because this is my personal build for it. How I've watched other different green hybrids play, and it's kind of scary. Green picks back up for hybrid. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure you guys hit that sub button if you guys are enjoying the content. I have a ton of content coming in BT7. I'm hoping to be able to buy a case to where we're going to crack open 12 boxes on camera and do a full case bust. So let me know what you guys think. Peace, guys.